Hi there, this is a follow-up sideline to the amazing game we have already seen in the Trompowsky between Vaganian and Trompowsky. This is the Vaganian Devastation number 2. After d4, knight f6, bishop g5, the Trompowsky, black plays aggressively with c5, opening lines for the queen. Avoiding exchanges and gaining space in the center, white prefers d5. And after queen b6, hitting the pawn on b2, white surrenders that pawn willingly with knight c3. And after queen takes b2, we've seen the best move for white is dropping the bishop back to d2, guarding the knight. The queen now correctly takes her leave, so not to remain stranded in enemy territory. Queen b6, that's correct. White proceeds with e4, trying to get e5 in, and that's got to be prevented, so d6 is logical. But f4 renews the threat of e5. And here, black goes wrong with g6, logical but incorrect. The bishop wants to be deployed on g7, exerting pressure along that explosive diagonal. But this allows the immediate e5 by white. And after takes and takes, the knight drops back to d7, hitting the pawn on e5, knight f3 guarding, and bishop g7, hitting the pawn now on e5 twice. Here white throws in a swishy and in-between move, rook b1 hitting the queen. And in the game itself, between Vaganian and Trompowsky, the queen dropped back to d8. In this sideline, we're going to see what happens if the queen goes to c7. Well, here, white continues aggressively with d6, hitting the queen. If the queen now is going to drop back to d8 at this stage, that will simply allow capturing on e7, queen recapturing, and it looks like the knight is going to look pretty strong there on d5, hitting the queen and hitting c7 as well. So after d6, black captures. And white didn't capture immediately, rather knight b5, hitting the queen and hitting the pawn on d6 with the knight. Now the queen drops back, and now it allows knight takes on d6 check. King f8. In this position, objectively, the best move is got to be bishop to g5. However, bishop c4 is more principled in that it brings more pieces into the attack. Now we have f7 being hit. So black can try knight takes on e5. But after knight takes on e5, white is winning in all variations. If queen takes d6, then we can see knight takes f7, forking the queen and the rook. Black can get a check in on e7, but after queen e2, white here is winning. And instead of queen takes d6, if we look at another move, bishop takes on e5, then we've got a nice finish by white. Bishop h6 check. And after bishop g7, castles adds more pressure on f7, and white is going to be mating in this variation. So this has been the Vaganian Devastation number 2. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.